Hey, what's up guys, I'm Zebulus and welcome to this build video for the Stamina Nightblade. Well, technically this is a health blade, but you'll see the stats are pretty retarded right now. I'm not showing them just because I want to reveal it later, but don't get fooled by these stats. The damage comes from elsewhere, which is your sets and your poisons and all that stuff, as well as the healing will come from the health, as you will see. So here are the stats. We got a huge amount of health. We got 40k on the front bar and 43k on the back bar. 17k max magicka. This is useful for your image and some of your other skills. And then the max stamina is pretty low, as you can see, 21k, almost 22k. But that does not matter. So, stam regen, 1.2k, good enough. And the health recovery is 1k. It actually buffs up to 1.2k. And the stamina regen buffs up to 1.4k, or 5k actually, with the rally. Yeah, okay. So that's the stats. We got very low weapon damage, as you can see, 2.6k. And our crit is actually pretty decent though, so yeah, crit resist 2.4k, you don't really need more on a heavy armor Stamblade, in my opinion, that is. And our resistances are 21k on the front bar and 24k on the back bar. We are putting 64 into health. We are using the Serpent Mundus for sustain. And the food is gonna be Bewitched Sugar Skulls for all max stats and health recovery. It's probably the best food for this build. So, should I get into the skills first? I think I should do that. Okay, so the skills we got. Let me close this real quick. We got Stampede. This is going to synergize really well with one of our sets. And it's also nice because the extra dot we get, the AoE dot we get from this skill has a chance to proc our poison, which is a really important part of this build, so you want to go with this morph, not the other one. Then we have surprise attack. The tooltip on there is very low, but it's still extra pressure, which is useful. And this is gonna be your CC as well as your spammable, so nice skill. Also sets people off balance, which synergizing with the CP, this is gonna turn into a extra 10% more damage applying to your procs and your poison, so it's actually pretty good to set people off balance thanks to this skill. Then we got Phantasmal Escape. This is a pretty flexible spot. You've got good Magicka sustain, so why not put a Magicka skill on there? But basically the major evasion buff, reducing area damage by 25%, is gonna make you really tanky, and this is your only snare remove. Now obviously we have good stam sustain, so we can dodge a lot. However, the snare remove is still pretty useful. So I would run that, but it's pretty flexible on there. Then we got Resolving Vigor. Let me show you the buff tooltip on there. Okay, whatever. Buff tooltip is 12.3k, but this can buff up to higher. I will show you that later with a set option. Then we got Rally. Of course, your major brutality buff, minor endurance buff, and a really nice burst heal. Like, it may not seem so, but Vigor and Rally actually heal you for a lot, even with those shitty stats, so it's really worth running. Then this is kind of a flexible ult as well. You can run Incap there because the 20% extra damage will apply to your procs and dots. The stun is really useful as well, and it's good sustain. If you're open world though, facing like some pretty decent groups, you can run Dawnbreaker of Smiting. I don't even have this morphed, but you could run that to get an AoE stun, I guess, and a good burst. Okay, my character is retarded, whatever. For our back bar now, a lot of this stuff is unmorphed, but it's really good, and I will show you what morphs you want to take, but whatever. First, we have Leeching Strikes on this bar. This is for your sustain, and it's also a heal over time. As you can see, every light attack and heavy attack is gonna heal us for 1.7k. Obviously in PvP that's cut in half, but it's still really good heal over time. and good amount of sustain, so really good skill. Now we have Caltrops. I don't have this morph because I recently slotted it, but it's amazing. It's because you can just place it down, and when you're facing groups of players they will be slowed in it. And if you take the morph that applies major fracture, so this is an extra 5k physical penetration which applies to your dots and procs, it's really good for AoE pressure on the groups, synergizing with your set. Now we got Shadow Image. Obviously you really want this on this build since how flexible our skills are, but yeah, this is insane, like for kiting and stuff like that versus groups of players. Obviously I cannot teleport back here, but you get the idea. You can teleport thanks to this skill and kite people really well and survive for long periods of time. Now we have Meditate on here. It's just so good. Like, what else are you gonna run on here? This is, you can just line of sight people, get your heals up, and cast this, have major protection, have heals, have resources return. Like, it's just so good. You really want to run this. You wanna run the morph that gives you extra resources. I don't even have it morphed, but it barely matters. And then we have Dark Cloak. So obviously this is the skill that's gonna scale with our max health. This is a huge heal over time. And you also get minor protection, making you crazy tanky, and it's a shadow skill, which is gonna proc your resistances here with the shadow barrier passive. So yeah, that's the whole point of having so much health is because of this skill, basically. That's what makes it so good. And then for the ult on the back bar we got Shield Wall. So you want the morph that reflects projectiles. I don't have it morphed because I don't really kill shit on my back bar, but whatever, it doesn't matter too much. I play an offensive ult most of the time, so that's that. Let's get into the pots real quick and then I will do the sets. So, pots, I'm running Essence of Weapon Crit. So you get extra crit damage and crit heals, that's very important. You also get health and stamina, which is a huge burst heal and a huge burst of resources, synergizing with your Argonian passive, yeah. So that's really good. By the way, Race, you can run something else. You can run like Redguard, maybe even Nord. Orc, I guess, would be really good. But yeah, Argonian works great as well, so I'm not complaining about that. Now, finally, let's get into the sets. We are running everything as proc sets, basically. All of our damage comes from sources that don't scale with weapon damage, because obviously we have very low weapon damage, so we want stuff that doesn't scale with it. So we have proc sets. We have 2 Piscillin on the monster set. So 2 heavy shoulders and heavy head. We have more Kuldin on the back bar only. So that's a heavy chest, sturdy, heavy legs, sturdy, heavy boots, sturdy, a axe of Morkuldin, powered, and a shield of Morkuldin. You don't really have to gold your weapon, by the way, because nothing will scale with your weapon damage on the back bar. Only caltrops, but you're gonna go on your front bar to deal the damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can keep this as a purple quality. Now, our second set is going to be on both bars, and that is Venomous. We have 3 Venomous jewelry, all robust with weapon damage, because it still matters a little bit for your heals and your skill damage. We have a medium enhanced Venomous, medium belt and the medium gloves Venomous sets. Both are well fitted with stamina enchants. So the enchants on the body are like this. We have 3 big health enchants on our big pieces, on head, chest and legs. We then have a health enchant on our boots, Morkuldin boots, and then 3 stamina enchants on the rest of our small pieces, so that's shoulders, medium gloves and medium belt. Just make sure you get at about 2.4k crit resist. That's the sweet spot in my opinion. You don't really want to go higher because, you know, people are running the Malakath banned ring, so they can't crit. So that's good enough. And yeah, we are running 3 sturdy and 2 well fitted to save stamina in your sustain when you have to roll dodge, when you have to block and tank something. That's useful. Don't have to roll full in pen since we have base crit resist now. And then our last set, but not least, definitely the Maelstrom Battle Axe. You want a Battle Axe here for the extra chance to proc a blade, which is really good. And yeah, this is just gonna be a huge dot, like 12k over 5 seconds. I don't know if it buffs up with your rally, but yeah, it doesn't scale with weapon damage. But it's a huge dot that's gonna proc AoE thanks to Stampede, leaving an AoE on the floor, which is gonna proc the Maelstrom dot. I'm running Charged on there because I play this on my DK, and Charge is a good trade for that. But if you're gonna play anything else than Stem DK with this Battle Axe, you want to go Sharpened here, because that would be the best damage basically. Sharpened will scale with all of your proc sets. And yeah, so basically we're also running double dot poisons on both bars because they don't scale with weapon damage, so that's good damage, good easy damage on this. And to play this build you want to hit someone with a light or heavy attack on your back bar to proc your more cooldown. Keep your buffs up, keep your Dark Cloak and Rally up, as well as your Leeching Strikes. And after your light attack on the back bar, you want to go on your front bar. You want to do a fully charged heavy attack with a Stampede and then go into your surprise attacks. And basically all of your procs will do the damage for you. So Morkwoodin will hit them with that flying sword. The Maelstrom dot will hit really hard. All of your poison dots will hit hard. Your venomous dot will hit very hard as well. And Selene is just gonna be crazy good burst. Like, this set is deadly. Don't listen to anyone who tells you it's shit. It hits people, it really hits them, and it hits them hard basically. That's pretty much your burst on this build. So I think I've covered pretty much everything except the CP, so let's just get into that real quick. You can pause the video when you'd like. This is pretty min-maxed, so I would suggest just copying this, but here it is. You definitely want to put a point in Siphoner for preventing cleanse. And that's all I gotta say. Here you go. Remember to put 120 points here to get Unchained. That's very important for your sustain. And yeah, that's it for the build, guys. I think I will provide some gameplay footage either at the end of this video or in a separate video, but I'm not sure about that yet. So yeah, have fun with the build guides, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.